The first thing I noticed wasn't the suitcase. It was the silence. My husband stood by the front door with one hand resting on the handle of a black suitcase I'd never seen before. His face looked strangely peaceful. "I told you about him," he said quietly. I laughed. "You mean Ethan? My best friend? You're still jealous." He didn't argue. He simply looked at me with the kind of sadness that only comes after someone stops fighting. "I hope one day you understand." Then he walked upstairs. I remember rolling my eyes. For months, he'd insisted Ethan crossed boundaries. Late-night calls, private jokes, weekend coffee dates that somehow never included him. I called it insecurity. Now, staring at that suitcase, something inside me shifted. Not guilt, curiosity. And curiosity can be far more dangerous. I met Ethan years before my husband. He knew every version of me. The anxious one, the ambitious one, the broken one. When I got married, he stayed close. Too close, according to my husband. Whenever my husband complained, Ethan laughed. Controlling men always isolate their wives. I believed him. Every time. Looking back, I can't remember when my marriage became conversations with Ethan about my husband, instead of conversations with my husband about our future. It happened slowly, like rust, invisible until everything starts breaking. Still, I never considered it an affair, not physically. At least, that's what I kept telling myself. The next morning, I reached for my phone. A message from Ethan. Did he finally pack his bags? My stomach tightened. How did he know? I hadn't told anyone. Another message appeared. Don't let him manipulate you again. Again. The word echoed in my head. I opened months of old conversations. Something felt different now. He had always encouraged distance. Always questioned my husband's intentions. Always made himself the safe place. I searched our message history. Thousands of texts. Hundreds of calls. My husband wasn't imagining things. I'd simply refused to see them. Still, I needed proof, not assumptions. Over the next week, I said nothing. I smiled, cooked dinner, pretended everything was normal. Inside, I watched. I noticed Ethan calling whenever my husband left the house. I noticed how uncomfortable he became whenever I mentioned spending time with my husband. Then I made one small decision. I stopped texting first. For 2 days, Ethan sent 16 messages. None asking if I was okay. Everyone asking about my marriage. That wasn't friendship. That was surveillance. Then I found something worse. An old email. One I'd ignored years ago. It was from my husband. Screenshots, messages Ethan had sent him privately. She trusts me more than she ever trusts you. Eventually she realized you don't deserve her. My husband had shown me. I'd called the screenshots fake, because believing him would have meant questioning the one person I thought would never betray me. I had betrayed my own marriage instead, without ever touching another man. I invited Ethan over. He walked in smiling. "So, is he gone?" I placed printed screenshots across the table. His smile disappeared. I found everything. Silence. "You spent years convincing me my husband was the problem." He opened his mouth. Nothing came out. "You didn't want me happy. You wanted me dependent." His hands trembled. "I loved you." "No." I shook my head. "You loved controlling me." For the first time since we'd met. He had no words. That evening, my husband came downstairs. The suitcase still waited by the door. "I cancelled the movers," I said. He looked at me carefully. "I know I don't deserve another chance. I know trust doesn't return overnight." He stayed silent. I handed him the printed messages. "I finally believed you." He didn't smile. He didn't celebrate. Some victories arrived too late. Whether our marriage survived no longer mattered as much as one truth. The lie was finally dead. Some betrayals don't begin with a kiss. They begin with someone quietly replacing your judgment with theirs. I thought my husband feared losing me. The truth was, he feared someone teaching me to lose myself. The suitcase remained by the front door for weeks. A reminder, not of the day he almost left, but of the day I finally saw who had been packing my marriage away one conversation at a time. And some doors, once almost closed, never sound the same again.